10 hilarious facts about satyrs, the party animals of mythology. Hey mythology lovers! Welcome back to Mythical Marvels, where we explore the weirder side of ancient legends. Today, we're diving into the rowdy world of satyrs, those half-human, half-goat party animals from Greek mythology who definitely knew how to have a good time. Let's jump right in with 10 facts about these woodland troublemakers that will make you laugh, cringe, and maybe appreciate your fully human legs a little more. Long before frat houses existed, satyrs invented the concept of partying too hard. These guys were the OG attendees of what was essentially the world's first rave, the worship festivals of Dionysus, god of wine. Picture this: a bunch of goat men dancing wildly through forests, playing flutes, chugging wine straight from wineskins, and basically creating chaos wherever they went. When ancient Greeks wanted to describe someone as a complete party animal, they'd say, "That guy parties like a satyr," which was both a compliment and a concern. Satyrs were obsessed with music, but hilariously terrible at it. They'd carry pipes and flutes everywhere, enthusiastically blasting the ancient equivalent of bad karaoke at all hours. Imagine a drunk guy at 3 a.m. convinced he's a musical genius, while everyone else is covering their ears. The best part? Satyrs were completely oblivious to how bad they sounded. In fact, one satyr named Marsyas was so confident in his terrible flute skills that he challenged Apollo, the literal god of music, to a contest. Spoiler alert, it didn't end well for him. So, satyrs had a permanent physical condition that made them stand out in a crowd. They were always, how do I say this for YouTube, ready for action, all the time. This biological quirk made them the source of endless jokes in ancient Greek comedy. Imagine walking around constantly with a physical manifestation of your enthusiasm. Talk about awkward social situations. This is also why their statues in museums often have strategic fig leaves added by more modest later generations. If you were a wood nymph in ancient Greece, seeing a satyr was basically your cue to start running. These guys had the worst pickup lines in mythology, and absolutely zero understanding of personal space. Their idea of flirting was chasing nymphs through the forest, until the poor nymphs literally transformed into trees to escape them. Yes, in mythology, women turned themselves into actual plants rather than deal with satyr advances. That's how bad their game was. Satyrs were surprisingly fashion-forward, sporting the goat-bottom human top look millennia before it hit the runways. They accessorized with pine cone crowns, ivy wreaths, and occasionally animal skins. The funny thing is, this bizarre aesthetic actually influenced real fashion. During Renaissance festivals, nobles would dress as satyrs, strapping furry goat legs over their fancy pants, which must have been absolutely sweltering. Imagine explaining that outfit choice to your tailor. Inviting a satyr to your home was ancient Greece's version of "hold my beer and watch this." These creatures had no concept of indoor etiquette. They'd drink all your wine, break your furniture during impromptu dance parties, hit on your houseplants, and probably fall asleep in your bathtub. There's a reason most myths place them firmly in the wilderness and not in downtown Athens. The first home insurance policies probably had a satyr damage exclusion clause. Satyrs were supposedly wine connoisseurs, but let's be honest, they had absolutely no standards. These guys would drink anything remotely fermented. Ancient vase paintings show them guzzling wine directly from wineskins, often missing their mouths entirely. Their wine reviews would be completely useless. Has notes of "more wine, please." They were essentially the mythological equivalent of college students discovering the discount wine section for the first time. Satyrs apparently never needed sleep. They could party for days without stopping, which made them both impressive and incredibly annoying to everyone else. Imagine having neighbors who throw wild, flute-playing, wine-drinking parties that never end. This is why most satyrs lived deep in forests. They'd been collectively noise-complained out of every residential area in ancient Greece. Despite their mischievous nature, satyrs were hilariously bad at disguising themselves among humans. No matter how hard they tried to blend in, the hooves, horns, and tail were pretty major giveaways. There are funny stories of satyrs trying to sneak into human towns, wearing ridiculous makeshift shoes over their hooves and hats that couldn't possibly hide their horns. It would be like trying to disguise a giraffe as a regular house pet. Not exactly subtle. If ancient Greeks had smartphones, satyrs would definitely be the ones jumping into the background of every serious photo. These creatures couldn't resist disrupting any formal occasion. Religious ceremonies, important meetings, royal processions. If it was dignified, a satyr wanted to crash it. They were nature's way of reminding uptight humans not to take themselves too seriously. In fact, many ancient Greek vases show serious mythological scenes with a random satyr in the background, doing something completely inappropriate. The original photobombers. And there you have it. 10 reasons why satyrs were simultaneously the most fun and most problematic creatures in Greek mythology. Part cautionary tale about excessive partying, part reminder to embrace your wild side. These goatmen have kept us entertained for thousands of years. If you enjoyed learning about these mythological mischief makers, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments which mythological creature you want to learn about next. Until then, this is Mythical Marvels, reminding you to party responsibly, unlike a satyr.